Well, just about everybody who knows this show knows that we always start with memorabilia. Here's a great piece right here. 2007 card of Juan Pierre. Remember Juan Pierre? The guy used to steal bases. My favorite thing that Juan Pierre used to do, he'd take the lefty, remember? Take the ball and slap it down the left field line, get all the way to the fence. Freddie Freeman does that once in a while, doesn't he? I think it is. There's Juan Pierre, 2007. I think more people should do that, especially when the shift thing was a big deal. Anytime they'd shift all the way over, Freddie would just lay one down. Same with Juan Pierre. And they didn't have rules then, but they put the shift on this guy, and he'd just hit one down the left field line and practically walk into third base in a triple. Oh boy, the things we remember as Dodger fans. Let's open the show. Let's do it. 10 count countdown. Woo! Yeah, let's get it going. They're doing it.
It's time for Dodger Baseball.
Yes, it is, and we are back in first place with a piece of it, right? Piece of first place, sharing it with the Padres. Okay, we'll figure that one out. I'm Randy, you know who you are. Come on in. Let's figure it out together. Come on in, pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. This is the best, first, and only video podcast by fans, for fans of your LA Dodgers. Yes, we are here for LA Dodgers. Well, all right. I know a lot of you are kind of peeved, let's say pet peeves. The Dodgers only won one game of the Padres over the weekend. It was enough to push them back into a tie for first place, so I'll take that any day of the week. 5-run inning in the 7th. Featured a 3-run home run by Dalton Rushing. We'll hear all these in a few minutes. Broke a 2-2 tie. 2-run home run from Freddie. Helped them salvage the series. Freddie hit 2 home runs in that game. We're going to hear them both, including a 6th-inning homer that tied the score 2-2. Let's hear all 4 of the home runs from this game. Should we hear them all at once? I've done that before. Not in this show. Check this out.
Left-hander Juan Pierre wins the day.
No, we don't want to do that. Let's play them one at a time. First, Freeman came up in the 6th inning, and he did this.
One gone in the 6th, Freddie Freeman. With Yamamoto being as good as he has, still one swing away from tying this game up.
A smash to right center field, headed towards the wall. It is gone! And tied in the 6th. Ask and beg, and you shall receive. Freddie Freeman with a game-tying blast. His 17th home run of the year, and we got a new finale. It's tied at 2.
Yeah, it's different on TV because when you got Joe Davis or Vince Scully or whoever, the picture's right there for it. But when you're on radio, you got to go crazy and sell it. And nobody sells it better than Steven Nelson. I love that guy. All right, in the very next inning, Dalton Rushing did this. Big hit for him.
Here's one of those situations where we're talking about early in the game, and they get it done. Team-oriented baseball. They tied it with the home run.
Launches a fly ball to right field. Tatis going back. He's at the wall. Dalton Rushing's biggest big league swing.
There you go.
He's broken the tie with a 7th-inning home run against Estrada. 5-2 LA in San Diego.
I love it. And that's Joe Davis heating up there. That was pretty cool. And, of course, at the end, Steve Nelson. And then after Dalton Rushing did his thing, well, Freddie Freeman had to come back and hit another one.
Left-hander Wandy Peralta to face Freddie Freeman. 2 outs, Betts on first, top of the 7th, 5-2 Dodgers.
Freeman hits it hard again, deep to the right field corner. Tatis is over, and he's found the seats again.
Back-to-back innings with a bomb for Freddie Freeman. 3 the last 2 innings for the team. They're riding the power. They're riding the homers over the Padres on this Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, and they did it one more time in the 9th inning, too. Let's hear Ohtani's.
Dodgers win today. They will be 9-4 against the Padres, and that tiebreaker in their hand.
One away for Ohtani. 0 for 3 with a walk.
Ohtani gets into one. Headed out there to right center field. Kiss it goodbye. 45th of the season for Ohtani.
Wow.
First one against San Diego. The Dodgers with their 4th home run of this Sunday afternoon for the reigning MVP, trying to put an exclamation point on this series finale.
Yeah, good job. So we heard all 4 of those home runs. Mookie Betts had 3 hits in this game. Ohtani's home run was the 45th of the year for him. Dodgers came into the game with only 2 runs, 5 hits, and 2 at-bats with runners in scoring position in the first 2 games of the series. Oh, it was awful. They had 9 hits on Sunday, so that was pretty cool. I like that. 9 hits will do it for you. Dodgers loaded the bases in the first inning against San Diego star Nick Pivetta and nearly got a grand slam off of Teoscar Hernandez. He was robbed of the homer, and Dodgers settled for a run-scoring sacrifice fly. Yamamoto was very good. He was very strong in the Padres in 6 innings. He allowed 2 earned runs while striking out 6 hitters and walking 2 batters. Dodgers went 9-4 against the Padres this regular season, as Oral mentioned, and they got the season series, and that gets the tiebreaker in the event there enters into anything that needs that at the end of the season. So that's a good thing. Injury report, just a mini injury report this time because we did most of it last time. Well, you saw a lot of it happen yesterday. Tanner Scott and Kirby Yates came back, so they're back. Got some relief pitching. And here's a secret for you in case you haven't heard it yet. Kike Hernandez should be back today. Max Muncy and Tommy Ebner are next, so that's good news too. Get some bats back. Maybe this won't be such an anemic hitting squad when we get all that lumber back, all right? So that should be good. All right, fun stuff. It's all fun. It's a podcast. Did you guys see, and they even used this on MLB Network today in that, what was it, How Pro Was That sequence in Intentional Talk. Did you see Shohei go over and give a big hand slap or hello on the back to a Padres fan? The guy was heckling him most of the game. He went over after hitting his late inning home run in the 9th, and he goes, "Yeah, man, what do you think of that?" But he was a class guy. He wasn't mean about it. He just went over and said, "Hey, man, how about that?" And the guy's like, "Oh no," but he had a good time talking to him. So, all right, shout outs. We got some shout outs going on here. A lot of shout outs, and I think some of these are newbies. I'm not sure. You tell me. Let's see. Some of these I recognize the names, but some of them I don't. Kim N, True H, Cooper R, Jorge M, Sharon L, IOB, Linda CG, Katie Joy G, Juliet T, Suzuki E, Raphael B, Roger Yee, and you and me, and Fox Jabri, who's Fox Kelly because he is El Zorro. Thank you, everybody, for watching Let's Talk Dodgers. Tell all your Dodger-loving friends where we are. Tell them we're in Facebook. Tell them we're in YouTube. And thank them for subscribing YouTube. And thank you for subscribing and checking us out on Facebook. And tell them to like us on Facebook, will you? Because tell your friends. It's a great place to be. Anytime you need to talk some Dodgers, here we are, especially on off days, our favorite day. And during the winter, too, we'll be doing that. So tell everybody you know in Dodgerville that we want to talk some Dodgers in here and subscribe on YouTube. We're always talking Dodgers in here. So go blue, and we want to see them win. Welcome aboard to all the newbies one more time. Glad to have you in here. If you need to write to me, you can write to me in Facebook here. You could leave a note in YouTube, but I don't read those generally, although once in a while I go through them. But the best way to do it is write me directly. letstalkdodgers@gmail.com. letstalkdodgers@gmail.com. All right, this date in Dodger history, August 25th. Yes, today's the 25th. Somebody's saying on our last show, today's not the 22nd. Well, when you saw it a day later, no. We're recording on the 25th before the start of the next series. We usually do the shows between series. Earlier in the week we didn't because the Padres were, the Rockies series, we had 4 games, so I broke it up a little bit. Usually we do it between series, all right? And there's no off day this week because we're in the middle of 13 games straight. So today, August 25th, is the date in Dodger history we're talking about. On this date, and most of you out there, old and young, you should remember this one, August 25th, 2012. It was on this date in Dodger history that the Dodgers obtained Adrian Gonzalez, Josh Beckett, Carl Crawford, Nick Punto, and cash considerations for James Loney, Alan Webster, and Ivan DeJesus Jr., and 2 players to be named later, which ended up being Ruby De La Rosa and Jerry Sands, in the 9-player blockbuster trade that allowed the Dodgers new ownership to show they were serious about making a run for the postseason while giving an underperforming Boston team more financial flexibility in the offseason. Well, you remember what happened after 2012. We reeled off all these 10 or 11 tops, winning the division 10 out of 11, 12 years, whatever. So great run. And it happened all on this date, August 25th, 2012. Way to go. All right, stats of the day. I don't want to ever stat you to death, but I always have some interesting ones. If they're interesting to me, they'll be interesting to you because I go for the real crazy way out stuff sometimes. Yesterday's game was the 40th come-from-behind win for the Dodgers. That's pretty amazing. As far as I can remember, I think that's tops in the major leagues, maybe second, but I know we're in the top 3 somewhere. That's pretty astounding. Whenever you can come from behind, that's showing that you're a championship caliber team. How about this one? The three guys at the top of the lineup yesterday went 6 for 12. Freddie went 2 for 4. So the three of those guys did their job. Ohtani, now this is a good one. Ohtani now has 120 runs scored. Means he's hit home plate 120 times, right? Well, the all-time Dodger franchise record for runs scored belongs to a guy who played on the very first Dodger franchise team, if you want to get technical. Anybody back to our team historian, Mark Langell, will tell you the first year of the real Dodger franchise began on 1890. Never mind the fact they were playing, in the 1870s and 80s. In 1890, the Brooklyn Bridegrooms Club, with a second baseman outfielder named Hub Collins, went all the way to win their championship. But Hub Collins, the guy there, he scored 148 times in that championship year of 1890. Now that's the franchise record. It's been that way since the first year of the franchise. That means for 135 years, he's the only guy that's ever done that. We've had guys score 120, 125, 130, 140, but that's the record from 1890. It's considered the first year of the franchise. Well, Shohei could break that record, that 135-year record, with only 28 more runs in about what do we got, 31 games left? He could do that. That would really be something. With all the greats that the Dodgers have had in 135 years, nobody has ever reached more than 140. We'll see what happens. That's pretty darn amazing that Shohei's that close to doing something like that. He could do it, couldn't he? I think he could. Incidentally, the guy that did it first, Hub Collins, he died 2 years after that in 1892. He was only 28 years old when he passed away from typhoid. Very sad. But that was a pretty good stat right there. The last stat I'm going to give you, of course, is the one we always try to do. We skipped it last time. We'll do it this time. Jumbo Jack watch from Jack in the Box. Anytime the Dodger pitching staff records 7 strikeouts, you and me, we can go over to Jack in the Box, get a free Jumbo Jack the next day. So far this season, the pitching staff has come through with 7 or more Ks, 102 times in 131 games played. That equals 78%. So far, they sank a little bit from the last time we were on doing this stat. So they went down from 80 to 78%. That's still pretty good. More free Jumbo Jacks, and all you got to do is purchase a large drink. And as you walk into your neighborhood, Los Angeles or Ventura County Jack in the Box store and say, give me the Dodger deal, please. And they'll do it. You buy a large drink, they give you a free Jumbo Jack. And you get it with anything you want on it, customize any way you like. All right, stats of the day, that's it. Let's do some quick hit trivia. This is an easy one if you're old enough to remember it. I know Cheryl C. is out there watching. I'm sure Cheryl will get this one. Lynn T. should get this one. David C., Kathy E., you guys should get this one. You have it iced. No multiple choice or true and false, nothing. This is a just straight out, flat out question. You either know it or you don't know it. Who was the very first relief pitcher to ever win the Cy Young Award? Not the first ever to win it. We know who that was. Don Newcomb was the first guy to ever win a Cy Young back in the late 40s. Pardon me. But who was the very first relief pitcher to ever win the Cy Young Award? Okay, we'll think about that. We'll get back to you in a few minutes. Down the street here, we'll go to get you out to the ballpark. Dodgers are finally home again. First up, the Reds. And tonight is Monday night, the 25th of August. It's going to be Emmett Sheehan on the hill. He's 4-2 with a 4.17 ERA. He's going up against Hunter Green of the Reds. Green, Reds. Anyway, he's 5-3 with a 2.63 ERA. Pretty good guy for the Reds this year. That's a 7-10er game. Cheryl alert, Cheryl alert, Cheryl alert. Mondays and Tuesdays games are 7-10 games on Sportsnet LA. Also on MLB Network. They're showing it all over the country. I don't know if we'll get it here. Cheryl might get it up in Washington. All my friends back east should be getting it. So that's a big game today and tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be Clayton Kershaw, 8-2 with a 3.13 ERA against Nick Martinez. He's 10-9 with a 4.59 ERA. Also a 7-10 game. Also on Sportsnet LA and MLB Network. Cheryl alert. MLB Network Monday and Tuesday. Got that? Wednesday, Shohei Ohtani. Nobody's telling you his record because they don't publish it anymore. They show his batting. They don't show his pitching. You have to go look it up separately. Shohei Ohtani's got an 0-1 record with a 4.61 ERA. Can we get this guy a win? All right, and the Reds have not determined who their pitching is going to be on Wednesday, so they haven't announced it. But that's a 5:40 game start, West Coast time, Pacific Daylight Time. 5:40 on Sportsnet LA only. You remember the 5 different ways to watch for free, right? Shh, I'm not going to say it this time. Go watch the last show if you didn't catch it. All right. Let's give you the quick hit trivia answer. A few moments ago, we asked if you knew who was the first relief pitcher to ever win the Cy Young Award. Yes, it was a Dodger. Anybody remember it? Come on, you guys my age should know that one. Yes, it was not the first baseman, but the other guy, the pitcher named Mike Marshall. He's a screwball specialist. 1974, he had 106 appearances in over he had 208 and a third innings pitched. Wow, that's just amazing. And he won the Cy Young Award, and that was the 1974 season. He set a major league record for most appearances by a relief pitcher by pitching in 106 games, and that was unbelievable. A couple of years later, Marshall earned his Doctor of Philosophy in Exercise Physiology from Michigan State University in '78. He also taught and advocated a pitching method he developed that he believed could completely eradicate pitching arm injuries, and he worked towards that goal. He got it right on a couple of guys. Marshall taught the screwball to his cousin, Brent Honeywell Sr., who taught it to his son, Brent Honeywell Jr., yes, the same Brent Honeywell Jr. who pitched for the Dodgers last year and on into the World Series. What a connection that one is. How about that, if you need the connection? But the first guy to ever win a Cy Young Award as a relief pitcher was Mike Marshall, 1974. And if you remember, he carried the Dodgers on his back into the 1974 World Series, where we lost to the A's, and I was at that World Series. All right, other cool stuff. We don't have any days off yet, but when we do, don't forget, I tend to leave some pretty cool Dodger content about the team, whether it's stories, videos, whatever, on our Facebook page from time to time. So check back often. And the last time I did it was Nomomania. Remember that? It's still available on YouTube, so you can check it out. Nomomania, when we placed it on our Facebook page too. It was a pretty cool show. I watched it about 30 minutes. You gotta love it. If you're a Nomo fan, you gotta go watch that. It's called This Is Nomomania. It's in YouTube. You can watch it anytime. All right, this is Randy. I'll be back next time, probably after this series. I think we do have an off day Thursday coming up. So if we do, we'll be back on Thursday, and we'll elongate the show a little bit, contrary to what some people like, and we'll give you some really cool special content as well. So I'm Randy. You come on back next time. Pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. See you next time, everybody. And let's beat those Reds. Beat those Red Stockings. Do it. Let's win. See you next time, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Yeah, Juan Pierre. What a player he was.